They fight, they laugh, they nearly kill each other. But they never fall apart. In a world where trust gets you killed and love feels like weakness, Marvin and Lou show us that real family is messy, loud, painful, and still worth everything. Asterisk, this is the story of two brothers who've been through hell and still light up a smoke together like it's just another day in Southside. Asterisk, Raising Kanan isn't just another street show. It's the origin of power, pain, and everything in between. Set in the gritty 1990s streets of South Jamaica, Queens, this world is built on hustle, survival, and blood ties. And when it comes to blood, no two brothers represent that bond better or more chaotically than Marvin and Lou. Asterisk, Marvin Thomas, the older brother, is the kind of man who leads with emotion. First, logic second if at all. He's wild, unpredictable, sometimes dangerous, but always real. Whether he's smashing someone's face in or hugging his daughter a little too tight, Marvin runs on fire. He's loud, funny, and quick to anger, but deep down, you know there's pain sitting under his skin. Asterisk, Lou, on the other hand, is different, quiet, calculated. He's not the one to raise his voice unless it's absolutely necessary. Where Marvin throws punches, Lou thinks before swinging. He's the younger brother, but sometimes he feels like the older one, especially when Marvin spirals. Lou's the calm in the storm, or at least he tries to be. He's the one with dreams beyond the streets, looking toward the music business, trying to build something cleaner, maybe even safer. But Queens doesn't really let you walk away that easy. Asterisk, they both work under Raising Thomas, their sister and boss. She's the queenpin, the one running the show, and they're her right and left hand. But family and business, that mix never stays clean. And it sure as hell doesn't with Marvin and Lou. 1 minute they're laughing, the next they're throwing chairs, but it's always real, always raw. Asterisk, their bond is complicated. It's not that TV perfect type of brotherhood where they always got each other's backs with a smile. Now, it's deeper than that. Sometimes they hate each other, sometimes they can't even look at each other. But when the smoke clears literally and figuratively, it's still them, still Marvin, still Lou, still Thomas blood. Asterisk, what makes this pair so magnetic isn't just their loyalty or their fights, it's how true it all feels. The kind of brotherhood that makes you mad and proud at the same time. You feel it in every side eye, every punch, every moment they light up together. And through it all, one truth stands. No matter what they go through, they're still standing in the same war, shoulder to shoulder, even if they don't always want to be. Asterisk, because in Raising Kanan, family ain't soft, it's sharp, it cuts. And yet, Marvin and Lou keep showing us cut after cut that blood still means something. Asterisk, you don't have to say I love you to show it. In Marvin and Lou's world, love isn't soft words or hugs, it's protection. It's being there. When it counts, it's showing up, even when you're mad as hell. And if there's one thing these two know how to do, it's show up for each other even when they don't want to. Asterisk, from the very first season, you can feel the tension and the care sitting side by side in their scenes. Marvin messes up a lot. He loses control, makes bad choices, and drags his family through the fallout. Lou doesn't hide his frustration, but he never walks away. That's brotherhood. Not perfect, not clean, just real. Asterisk, remember that scene when Marvin's out of control, high off emotion and trying to prove something to everyone, including himself. Lou pulls him back not with soft words, but with a stare, a few sharp lines, and a calm energy that cuts through Marvin's chaos. Lou doesn't try to be his father. He doesn't try to fix Marvin. He just stands there, grounded, present. And that presence alone keeps Marvin from spinning out. Asterisk, but it's not always one-sided. Marvin might be loud and reckless, but when it comes down to it, he protects Lou like a big brother should. He's the guy who'd walk into a war zone if he thought Lou needed him. No second guessing, no hesitation, just smoke in his lungs and fire in his chest. Asterisk, take that moment when Lou gets jumped, or when one of his music business dreams starts falling apart. Marvin may not know how to give advice, but he shows up. Whether it's putting pressure on someone behind the scenes or just being there with a "you good," it's clear Marvin's got Lou in his own messy, violent Marvin way. Asterisk, they don't always talk about it. Hell, they barely talk about anything real. But that's the point. Their love doesn't live in speeches. It lives in the silence. In the moments after a fight, when they light up and sit together like nothing just went down, in that look across the table that says, "I'm still here." Asterisk, there's also jealousy, pride, a quiet rivalry that comes with growing up in the same house under the same weight. Marvin sees Lou's clean suits, his dreams outside the game, and maybe that stings. Lou sees Marvin's loyalty and strength, and maybe he wishes he had more of that. But they don't say it, they just carry it. Like real brothers do, asterisk, their bond is cracked, bent, and burned at the edges, but it never breaks. No matter how heated things get, they never fully give up on each other, even when they want to. Even when they should. Asterisk, and that's what hits hardest. Asterisk, because Marvin and Lou remind us, brotherhood ain't about getting along. It's about staying, even when you don't. About showing up when no one else does. About being the last one in your corner when the smoke settles. That's not weakness. That's family. That's love Southside style. Asterisk, it was only a matter of time before the smoke turned into flames. Asterisk, you can't keep two strong-willed, stubborn men under the same roof or in the same crew without sparks flying. Marvin and Lou aren't just brothers. They're competitors. They're two different versions of manhood crashing into each other again and again, with no one willing to back down. Asterisk, and the truth is they clash hard. Asterisk, Marvin's hot-headedness is a problem. He talks too loud, reacts too fast, and doesn't always think before moving. He lives in the moment, for better or worse. Lou is the opposite. He's strategic, quiet, careful. He thinks 10 steps ahead, and to him, Marvin's chaos feels like dead weight dragging the family down. Asterisk, but for Marvin, Lou's calm reads like judgment. Like someone looking down on him from a distance. It burns. Because no matter what, Marvin's always been there on the front lines, taking the hits, doing the dirty work. And that unspoken resentment, it festers. Asterisk, that's what makes their fights hit so hard. It's not just yelling. It's not just throwing punches. It's years of pressure, pain, and pride exploding all at once. Asterisk, there's that brutal moment when Lou, fed up with Marvin's recklessness, finally says what he's been holding in. That Marvin's a screw-up. That he's dangerous, that he's not fit to lead or be trusted. And you can see it in Marvin's eyes. He's not just angry. He's hurt, because deep down, he wants Lou's respect. Maybe even more than Rax, and hearing those words from his own brother, that cuts deeper than any bullet. Asterisk, and it's not one-sided. Lou has his own flaws, his ego, his coldness, the way he pulls away from the family when things get messy. Marvin calls that out too. He sees Lou trying to escape the game through music, trying to wash his hands clean while the rest of them are still knee-deep in it. And to Marvin, that feels like betrayal. Asterisk, their arguments aren't just personal, they're philosophical. Marvin represents the streets, raw, real, and dangerous. Lou represents the future, organized, distant, and trying to evolve. And every time they fight, it's not just about them. It's about what kind of men they want to be and whether there's space for both in the same family. Asterisk, and yet, even at their worst, there's still a line they don't cross. Asterisk, they might throw fists. They might say things they regret. But when it's life or death, when the family's under threat, they're right back beside each other. Shoulder to shoulder, just like always. Asterisk, it's that tension, that love soaked in anger that makes them feel so real. Because sometimes the people you love the most are the ones who can hurt you the worst. And yet, they're also the ones you take a bullet for. Asterisk, so yeah, Marvin and Lou fight. They scream, they break furniture, and throw hands. But they never walk away, they never abandon each other. That's not weakness, that's strength. The kind that only exists when you bled, smoked, and survived together. Asterisk in the fire, they don't burn alone, they burn together. Asterisk for all. Their fights, all their tension, and all the smoke between them, Marvin and Lou still show up when it counts. Over and over again. And in Raising Kanan, that counts for everything. Words lie, people switch sides, but actions tell the truth. And when it's go time, these two don't miss. Asterisk, let's talk about those ride or die moments. The ones where the screen goes quiet and you realize, damn, that's real love right there. Asterisk start with the shootouts. There's this one scene, gunfire. Everywhere, chaos in the streets, Lou's pinned down, things are getting messy. And out of nowhere, Marvin pulls up blasting. Not a second of hesitation, no questions asked. Just Marvin doing what big brothers do, coming through loud and deadly. You can feel the adrenaline, you can feel the loyalty. He might be reckless, but in that moment, Marvin was all heart. Asterisk, and then there's that late night scene, just the two of them. No yelling, no drama, just silence and smoke. Sitting outside, both worn out from the madness, passing a joint between them like they used to as teens. It's not about the words, it's about the pause. That rare moment when everything slows down, and you can tell even with all the damage, they still find peace in each other's presence. Then there's the time Lou makes a risky move in the music business that nearly brings heat down on the family. Rack's furious, the whole organization's on edge. And just when it seems like Lou might be on his own, Marvin steps in. He doesn't co-sign the mistake, but he makes it clear Lou's still Thomas blood. And nobody outside the family lays a hand on him. Asterisk, that's the thing, Marvin and Lou might be at war with each other. But when an outsider crosses the line, it's over. That's when they become unstoppable. Because when the enemy's not family, their differences disappear. They move like one, like soldiers, like brothers. Asterisk, and how can we forget that iconic stare down after a brutal fight between them? No words, just eye contact. Blood on their knuckles, pride in their chests. That moment says everything. I hate you right now, but I still love you. And if someone comes for you tomorrow, I'll still be the first one there. Asterisk, that's the magic of Marvin and Lou. They don't need hugs. They don't need long speeches. Their bond is written in silence, action, and fire. It's not pretty, it's not clean, but it's unbreakable. Asterisk, and fans notice. Because whether it's Lou fixing Marvin's mess or Marvin saving Lou from himself, their relationship is layered. You never quite know which version of them you're going to get until the stakes are real. Then, without fail, they show you the version that matters most to brothers who may be broken but are never apart. Asterisk, because in the world of Raising Kanan, loyalty is a rare currency. And when Marvin and Lou put theirs on the table, they don't hold back. They bet it all for each other. Asterisk, you can't talk about Marvin and Lou without talking about growth. These two started off in completely different places. Marvin, barely keeping it together, making mistake after mistake. Lou, trying to stay clean, chasing a dream, slowly pulling away from the streets. But over time, something happens. They don't just clash anymore. They start to understand each other, even if they still don't say it out loud. Asterisk, let's start with Marvin. In the beginning, he's the family screw-up. Always too aggressive, too impulsive. He's the guy you don't trust with a plan, but who'll still show up with a gun if you call. But slowly, something changes. We see Marvin trying to fix himself, going to anger management, trying to be a better man, a better father, a better brother. It's messy. He slips. He loses control. But he keeps coming back to the fight, not the street fight, the inner one. The one that takes real strength. Asterisk, and you feel it when Lou notices even if Lou won't admit it. Even if his face stays cold and distant, there's a shift in his energy. You can see it in the way he looks at Marvin. It's not just frustration anymore. It's respect, hesitant, quiet. Respect because Marvin's trying, and that means something. Asterisk now look at Lou. On the outside, he's the cleaner one, the smart one, but inside, he's fighting a whole different war. He wants out of the game, out of the family business. He wants to build something pure with his music. And that dream, it isolates him. He starts slipping too, but in silence, in distance, in cold decisions that hurt the people around him, including Marvin. Asterisk, but even through all that, Lou never cuts Marvin out completely. Even when they're beefing, even when Lou's chasing the music and Marvin's still knee-deep in the game, there's always a thread connecting them. It might be stretched thin, but it doesn't snap. That's not weakness, it's history. It's shared pain. It's love, buried under years of bruises and burnt bridges. Asterisk, and that's what makes their evolution so powerful. Not that they become perfect, but that they try, that they keep showing up, that they learn slowly, painfully that being brothers doesn't mean being the same. It just means choosing each other over and over, even when it's hard. Asterisk, we see it in the smallest moments. The shared look after a job, the way Marvin actually listens when Lou speaks. The way Lou, even when he's sick of everything, still gives Marvin space to grow. That's not just character development. That's real life. Asterisk, because real brotherhood isn't about getting along all the time. It's not about always saying the right thing or being there with a smile. It's about showing up on the worst days. It's about forgiving, even when it still hurts. It's about pushing each other to be better even if you have to scream while doing it. Asterisk, Marvin and Lou don't have a clean story. But that's why it matters. It's flawed. It's human. It shows us that growth is ugly and love is complicated, but both are worth fighting for. Asterisk. So when you look back at Marvin and Lou across all these seasons, through all the pain, smoke, and silence, one thing stands out. They never gave up on each other. Asterisk, and in a world where loyalty can get you killed, that kind of love, that kind of brotherhood, asterisk, that's rare. Asterisk, that's powerful. Asterisk, that's Raising Kanan. Asterisk, some moments don't need context. Some lines stick because they cut deep, because they're real. And with Marvin and Lou, some of their best scenes say more in 10 seconds than some shows say in 10 episodes. Asterisk, let's run it back. Asterisk, you always think you smarter than everybody else. Lou. Asterisk, that's Marvin, furious, but also hurt. You can hear it, the years of feeling like second best, boiling over. That one line, it's not just about the argument. It's about everything Marvin's been carrying. Asterisk, I'm out. Marvin, I'm done with this life. Asterisk, Lou, looking Marvin in the eye, choosing a different path. Not with anger, not with hate, just honesty. That moment hurt because you knew it wasn't just about business, it was about stepping away from his brother. Asterisk, ain't nobody gonna touch my little brother but me. Asterisk, that's Marvin in big brother mode. It doesn't matter what went down yesterday. You cross Lou. You deal with Marvin, period. That kind of loyalty. That doesn't die. Asterisk, we smoke the same pain. Asterisk, unspoken, but real. Whether it's Lou lighting up in the studio or Marvin cooling down after a brawl, that smoke, it's ritual. It's bonding. It's them finding peace just for a moment in a world that never stops coming for them. Asterisk, these quotes, these moments, they aren't just fan favorites. They're proof that Marvin and Lou, despite everything, are bound by something stronger than the game, something that doesn't fade when the money runs out or the guns go quiet. Asterisk, they're bound by blood. Asterisk, by shared trauma. Asterisk, by survival. Asterisk, and sure, they've said things they can't take back. They've done damage, but there's beauty in how they keep trying. No matter how broken things get, neither one ever fully walks away. And in a world where betrayal comes easy, that kind of loyalty is rare. Asterisk, that's why fans love them. Asterisk, not because they're perfect. Asterisk, but because they're real. Asterisk, so whether it's Marvin throwing the first punch or Lou walking away before things explode, their moments hit us in the gut because they remind us of the people in our lives we fight with and still love. Asterisk, final message. Asterisk, Marvin and Lou aren't just characters. They're brothers in every raw, painful, beautiful sense of the word. And if you've ever had someone in your life you couldn't live with but also couldn't live without, you get it. Asterisk, they might light up a joint, throw a punch, or sit in silence for hours, but when the world comes crashing in, they're side by side. Still smoking, still surviving. Asterisk, and that's brotherly love, Southside style. Asterisk.